What we're going to do today is make a batch of Zobo, my take on Zobo, which is a hibiscus-based punch, Nigerian hibiscus drink with spices. I don't have some of the ingredients, and I'm going to add some other ingredients because everybody is sick. It's really been hard, so we're going to add some additional things like nettles and elderberry to this mixture so I can make sort of a concentrated drink syrup so that my family can have it really easy. All they have to do is either heat it up and add a little hot water to it for a tea, or they could even add sparkling water to it. But this is for a wellness drink. We're going to start with this size of a pot. It's not that big of a pot. I might need a bigger, an even bigger pot, but we're going to start with that size of a pot. And to this pot, we're going to add a generous cup of hibiscus flowers. Let's do maybe a cup and a half, cup and a quarter. Let's do about a cup, almost a cup of nettles, a cup of elderberries, let's do 2 tablespoons of cinnamon chips and a tablespoon of dried ginger, maybe more, so it'll be nice and gingery. And we'll just do a teaspoon of cloves because cloves are kind of bossy. Put a teaspoon of cloves in it. So this is our delicious mix that's going to be turned into our hibiscus punch. So to this I am adding, this is filtered water, and this is a 2-quart container. Looks like I can add all of that. 2 quarts of filtered water. And then the next thing we're going to add is some fresh citrus in here. So I have a small pineapple, and I'm just going to cut it up. I hope it's really sweet. And we're just gonna it looks like it's almost overripe. Well, let's see what we can salvage off of that. Taste it, make sure it's okay. Oh, that's good. It's really sweet. So I'm also going to slice up lemons and oranges. And we're just going to add all this great pineapple and oranges and lemons to the pot. So what you can do once you decide what you like your base to be, like I said, mine this time, it's a mixture of the nettles, the hibiscus, elderberry with cloves, ginger, and cinnamon. You could also add allspice. There are other spices that go into this traditionally that I just don't have on hand. You can mix up all your dry ingredients and just put them in a big mason jar. This makes a great gift around this time of year to make the mix pre-made, so that all the person has to do is add their water and fresh fruit. And, you know, like I said, then it's good to go. You can already see, I don't know, can you see that it's already becoming a really beautiful red color? Oop. So I am going to let this slowly simmer now for about 20 to 30 minutes. It is really beautiful. It's already starting to take on that really, I don't know if you can see how red it's getting. It's going to be dark red. I think you can kind of see it better over there. Yep. Yum. Like I said, I let this simmer and then I just turned the heat off and continue to let it steep overnight. So, because like I said, I wanted a very strong, concentrated brew. I'm looking at this as being like almost like a drink syrup that could be used in a number of different ways. It could be heated up and just add hot water. Look at that. You can see how, look at the lemons have turned completely burgundy. Oh, and the pineapple. That's a piece of pineapple that has completely absorbed all of that hibiscus and elderberry goodness. So now what I'm going to do is strain this and sweeten it. And I might add a little bit of water depending on how strong it is, but we shall see. So what I have here is simply a 1 gallon pitcher and a regular strainer that I'm going to slowly and carefully try to pour this goodness. Ooh, it smells really good. So I'm going to press this a little bit because there's always some more goodness to be had. Let's see what the yield was. Remember, I added 2 quarts of water and it's a little under. Let's see if we can get it back to 2 quarts. Right now, it's a little under 2 quarts. So let's see after I press it where we end up. So this is a little time consuming, but I am taking my time to press, especially these pineapple pieces, because they seem to still have a lot of juice in them and I want that flavor in my Zobo, not in the compost. So just doing this in small batches until I work my way through the whole pot. Okay, so once I pressed all of the fruit, we got right back to our original 2 quarts. So that's awesome. But what I want to do is strain this one more time through a really fine strainer, just in case I pressed through any fruit pulp or smaller pieces of spices. So what I did was I washed out the pot that I made this in. I'm going to return it to that pot. and rinse this pitcher out, because see, yeah, there's a little grit in the bottom, and I don't want that in my drink. So I rinse this out, and I'm just going to put, this is my strainer, but I put one of my tea strainers in it. And I'm just going to give this a second strain. Going through the little one, if I can do that. Let's see. Look at that color. Isn't it lovely? Now I should probably say that Zobo is the name for this in parts of Nigeria. There are other versions of this drink throughout Africa, the Caribbean, Latin America. There are lots of versions of hibiscus tea and fruit infused beverages. And there are a lot of different recipes, so feel free to experiment and make it your own. Okay, so I rinsed my pot back out, and I have my second strain batch here, so we're just going to add it back. Look at that. It smells so delicious already. I mean, it really smells so spicy and fruity. Now here I have 2 cups of turbinado sugar, raw sugar. You could use coconut sugar. You could use organic raw sugar. You could use piloncillo, which is a Mexican unrefined brown sugar. You could use brown sugar. You could use a combination. Use what you got. So I'm going to start by adding these 2 cups because, again, remember, this is a concentrated drink mix. And I want to heat it up a little bit to help that sugar dissolve. Then I'm going to taste it, and then I will correct the seasonings. Either add more sugar, or I might add a little water, because as you can see, let me see if I can get this close, so you can really see how deep the color is. That lets you know it's very strong. So this is our sweetened, it's still warm, but I'm gonna still try to show you one way to enjoy it. And this, like I said, is what's going to my son and his family. And I'm going to save just enough for Mommy to make her a little drink. Okay, that'll be fine. So I'm going to bottle this up, make a nice little label for it. I think that's fine. I mean, you know, they're going to drink it up, so that's fine. Now, back to what I was going to do to show you how to, one way to enjoy it. And it's warm, so we'll see how this is going to turn out. But I'm going to take a little bit And you can decide how much you want. You know, I think about half and half. I don't like my drinks too sweet. We're gonna add, I have sparkling water here. And I'm going to just add a few pieces of fruit. Of course, it would be better with some ice. I don't have any ice right now, but there you go. This is one way to enjoy Zobo. It's good over ice. It is good hot, like a spiced or mulled beverage for the cold months. It is good with sparkling water. It is good with a little shot of, I like to use spiced rum. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make it. All right, until I see you in the next video, take care, toast, Happy New Year. I hope that you're safe and warm and healthy. That's good. All right, peace.